Hello, good evening, and welcome to Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jacquie Ooh. Y'all, welcome to a new month. This is July the 3rd. Can you believe it that we are already halfway through the year? Oh my goodness. But y'all, before we hop into our show, I want to share with you some things that have happened since we have been on live last month. So I know y'all have seen my post because I am still on cloud nine that we are a Telly Award winning show. Woo! Yes, the 44th annual Telly Awards. We won a bronze in our category, talk show. And let me show you. I got it right here. Look at this, y'all. It's a little heavy, so let me hold it. Can y'all see this? Oh my goodness. I am still super excited. So thank you again. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in to our shows. Thank you to our supporters, our business supporters, however that you have supported Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jacquie Ooh. I am super grateful and I am very thankful. And another exciting thing that has happened with us since we last talked to you all was just last week, our entire line, our Glow collection, our skincare line, the entire line is now in the sister shop in Elizabeth, New Jersey, which is it's in the mall, the Mills at Jersey Gardens Mall. So all of my friends that are in New Jersey, you guys, please go and check us out. And the cool thing about the sister shop is it has over 150 Black-owned women businesses in that one location. They have two locations, but we're in the Elizabeth, New Jersey location. So we are excited to be counted among that group of phenomenal women. So if you are in Elizabeth, New Jersey, please stop by the Mills at Jersey Gardens Mall at the sister shop and look for the Glow collection by me, your girl, Jacquie Ooh. So I hope y'all are ready for tonight's show. Tonight's show is going to be absolutely fireworks. Tomorrow is the 4th of July, but we're starting early because we have none other than Josselyne Herman-Saccio. Yes. That's her name. And so we have her on the show tonight, and she's going to be talking about the art of being unmessable with. Y'all, let me tell you, if you're on, please let us know. Tap the hearts, share this video with others, because this is something that you really need to see on this evening. This is going to be a hot show, I promise you. So if you are ready, I'm ready. We are getting ready to introduce and bring our special guest, Josselyne, on. And before we do, let's just introduce her and hear a little bit about her.
Josselyne Herman-Saccio is an esteemed coach with over 3 decades of expertise in the transformative practice known as the Art of Being Unmessable with. Throughout her illustrious career, she has guided and mentored an impressive count of over 200,000 individuals. Josselyne's diverse portfolio encompasses her role as an author, entrepreneur, and even former chart-topping pop star. In addition, she is the founder of a nonprofit organization as well as a devoted wife and mother to 3 children. Josselyne's unwavering dedication lies in empowering individuals to manifest their dreams in the present rather than waiting for an elusive someday. Her unwavering commitment to personal growth enables her clients to cultivate an unshakable resilience, enabling them to remain unflappable in the face of life's challenges. Please help us welcome Josselyne Herman-Saccio.
Hello.
I want that intro. I'm like, oh my God, what a great intro. You guys are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
No wonder you have a Telly.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. And we are honored that you are here with us on this evening, Josselyne. So again, welcome to Motivational Monday.
Thank you so much for having me. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. We scheduled it a while ago, so I'm thrilled.
Oh, I know. So, yes. And again, we've already introduced you, but I want you to tell us a little bit more because you are just absolutely phenomenal. So, share with us a little bit more about what you're up to now, as well as like the new item that you just checked off your bucket list.
Yes, really. Well, the new item that Jackie's referring to is I've had a lifelong dream since I was 16 years old. So that's 40 years. I've
Mhm.
been dreaming of someday moving to Paris. And I just did it this year in May. I was leading a course actually that I designed called The Foundation for Being Unmessable with last November. And I'm talking to people about there is no someday. This is it right now. Someday is an illusion. And I realized that I had a someday dream and I walk my talk. So the moment I saw that blind spot, I talked to my husband. I was like, okay, are we doing this? And by when are we doing it? And we set a date and took the actions, and it all just kind of fell together. So it is a dream come true, I have to say.
Yeah, yeah, yes, that is an absolutely dream come true. So, listen, I'm going to be like you when I grow up and just, follow your
Why
it's like,
not?
oh,
Yeah, I mean, this is it. I mean, life is short and, shorter than we realize sometimes, and we have a lot of some days. I was recently speaking at a conference in San Diego and I asked people, I was like, what are your someday dreams? And there were so many, it's like, someday I'm going to start a business. Someday I'm going to move to blah, blah, blah. Someday I'm going to take up golf. I mean, someday I'm going to lose 10 pounds, whatever the someday is. And I looked at them and I said, there is no someday. Look at your calendar. Tell me where it is. It doesn't exist.
yeah,
And I want to be around if it does exist because a whole lot of stuff is going to happen on that day.
I know, right? And one of my colleagues, we were talking about that just today about the someday and about just taking a step and just
Yeah.
doing it scared. We may not have it all mapped out, but guess what? Let's let's just do it, right?
Yeah, or at least set a day, like
Yeah,
a real day. Someday can be a real disempowering concept because it doesn't have you be in action in reality. So even if you set a date for 5 years from now,
yeah.
you know, July 3rd, whatever, 5 years from 2028,
Mhm.
then you'd be dealing with a real date. When people get engaged and they don't set a date, I'm like, you're engaged. You're not engaged to be married. You're
Yeah,
engaged to be engaged in reality.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, Josselyne, we are going to, hop right into our show. And for those of you that are just joining us, welcome to our show tonight. I already told y'all it's going to be fire. It's going to be hot. And you already see these just a couple of minutes in, it's going to be hot. So
Plus,
go ahead.
look at our colors. Our colors are all like so hot. It's like pink and orange. Geez, like I don't think you can get much hotter.
You can't. You just can't. That's what I'm telling y'all. The show is going to be hot. So go ahead and share this video to your social media platforms so that others will be able to watch and hear the information that we will be sharing tonight. Because with everything put aside, what we're going to be sharing tonight is going to be really life changing. And then you'll also get a chance to follow up with Josselyne, later if you need to, because she's going to be talking about her business and what she does. And so we're all about being whole. And that is our whole mission, is being whole. And so whole in all areas of our lives. And so tonight we're going to be talking about that. And as we talk about being unmessable with, I also just want to put this disclaimer in, is we're not saying that you're not going to go through anything. We're not saying that you're not going to have these challenges and ups and downs and valleys, low valleys and things like that. But what we're going to be talking about tonight is when you do encounter these challenges, guess what? You will have the tools that you need to where you just don't crumble.
Yeah.
but you could still be standing firm in what you are doing. So that's what we're talking about tonight with Josselyne. Josselyne, I want to hop right into the show again and tell us, how did you come up with this great tagline of being unmessable with?
Well, I'll start at the beginning, right, which was my first glimpse of what I'm calling unmessable with. And again, like you said, just to elaborate a little bit, being unmessable with doesn't mean being tough.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it doesn't mean like not having feelings or being impervious to, people or anything like that. It's not that at all. What I mean by being unmessable with is being able to create rather than react, being able to stand in your vision and act from that place of vision and dream and your raison d'etre, your purpose, rather than getting thrown, like you said, crumbling or getting hooked. There's so many things that happen or people that hook us. What
yeah.
if you were unhookable?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by being unmessable with. And my first glimpse of that was actually when I was 11 years old. So my parents were separated, they were going to get divorced. And my mother did a transformative workshop. And she came out of that. First of all, she went in as a victim.
Mhm.
It was like the big bad husband who was cheating on her and all this drama, right? And
Right.
she went in at the effect of all of that, which is understandable. I mean, obviously, but she came out this force of nature.
Mhm.
Like there was nothing that could mess with her, including my father, who was like the most messable component in her life. And she created a job and created a place to live under a certain amount of money because he said, well, unless you get a place under this amount of money in this school district, you can't move back to New York because we were living in California at the time. And she went, spent 2 weeks, met all the criteria, came back. He's like, I'm sure it didn't go well. And she's like, no, 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 it's all handled. We're moving at the end of the month. And he was like, what? And I was like, who is this person? I didn't even recognize. So that was my first glimpse of that essence of being unmessable with, like being able to create something in your word and have it happen in reality very quickly.
Yeah.
So then flash forward, years later, I was in a transformative workshop in my early 20s and I had had a dream since I was 4 to be a singer, but I was messable with and I had this limiting belief that you don't do your art as your career,
Mm.
which is, pretty valid. I mean, I have a lot of people that would agree with me and a lot of starving artists, right? But that wasn't just a belief for me, Jackie. It was like it was the truth, you know? And
Mhm.
that's what happens when you have a limiting belief that you don't know is a belief, it becomes real and
Yeah.
solid.
Right.
So I go into this transformative workshop and I realized like I have this insight into this blind spot. And I remembered when I was 5 years old and I was sitting in our Impala convertible with my father who was smoking a cigar and he used to paint, but he had stopped painting. And I noticed at 5 and I said to him, how come you stopped painting? And he said, well, you can't do your art as your career. And I said to myself, because it wasn't that he said it, because he said lots of things I never listened to, right? But I said, oh, that's the truth. You can't do your art as your career. So that's it on that dream. And
Mm.
the lid came down. So there I am, in my very early 20s. And I thought, what if that's not the truth?
Yeah.
What if that is a decision I made in the infinite wisdom of 5 and
Yeah.
just made it real for the rest of my life, which was like 15 years at that point. So it loosened its grip.
Mhm. Okay.
And then I left that workshop and within 3 months got a record deal.
Wow.
I know it's crazy. I
Wow.
did another workshop and within 3 weeks of that workshop, I
Mhm.
got the record deal, but it was like magic. And that was when I got this vision and this mission to empower other people to live the life of their dreams now, not someday, and whatever's in their way to disappear what was messing with them.
Mhm.
Then the word came about 25 years ago. One of my mentors was on a call and he said something in passing and I latched onto it. He said, oh, you're just messable with. And I was like, that's it. That's what it is. That's what I've been talking about, being
Yeah.
unmessable with. And that became the birth of my little world, my little empire.
I absolutely love that. And I love the story too about your mom, because there's so many women like your mother. And I was one of those women, once divorced, that we had to get back in there. We had to speak those things, and we were messable with, but we had to come out unmessable
Yes.
with, right? Because we had to do what we had to do to take care of our little ones, and ourselves. So I really like that. And also of how you wanted to be this pop star, and you did it. You
Isn't that
did it.
amazing?
You didn't say, well, I'm going to listen to what my dad said. Because how many of us really, as teenagers, we really listen to our parents? I mean, now we know better, right?
Yeah, right. It's like, if we only knew then what we know now. I always say that as my kids do whatever they do. I'm like, I don't know. I can't make them do anything, but
Exactly, exactly. So that is really wonderful of how you came up with the tagline, and as well as your passion for helping people to transform. So when we talk about the transformative workshops and the power of being transformed, tell us a little bit about like what type of workshop, like who is a transformative coach? Because somebody might be saying, okay, well, what exactly is that?
Well, transformation is distinct from informative seminars. There's a lot of seminars you could do that you get information, like the 10 steps to blah, 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 or the, five top secrets of, that's information, which is very useful. I mean, if you're going to be a brain surgeon, you need information. If you're going to do certain things, you need information. Transformation is different. Transformation deals with what you don't know, but not what you don't know and now you want to learn. What you don't know and you don't know it.
Hmm.
It's like blind spots. So that whole thing about, you can't do your art as your career. That wasn't something I was like saying that was a blind spot for me. I made that decision at 5, and then it just fell into the background, like a blind spot when you're driving and you don't see it. But those blind spots have a tremendous impact on what is and isn't possible from our view. So if you're like this, you don't see what's over there, and you don't see what's over there. So it's like it creates a blind spot. So the minute you illuminate a blind spot, oh, that was a decision I made. All of a sudden, I have access to this whole world that I didn't have access to before. That's
Yeah.
how transformation works. And it's very instantaneous. It's not like over time, like information where you have to process it and understand it. Transformation in an instant shifts your view of
Mhm.
life or yourself or other people. And it just gives you a whole new life, basically, because your relationship to your life is given by your view of life. And if
Mhm.
you have a view of life that's constraining, obviously that's going to have an impact on your mood, your experience of life. And if that shifts, it's like remember the movie Wizard of Oz,
Yes.
where it went from black and white to color?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
like that. Oh, new life, new world.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. I like that, how you explain that, for those that are just kind of wondering, okay, what is that and how does it work? So,
Yeah. And
yeah.
it's a buzzword, oh, it's transformational and blah, 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 but not everything is transformation. Lots of
Exactly.
stuff is change, which is not bad. But, listen, if you're doing something messed up, you want to change that, stop it. But transformation is a different kind of process, and it's a different kind of result.
Okay. And so when you're working with your clients in that area, give us like what would be your ideal client that you're working with?
I love to work with people. First of all, about 70% of my clients are women.
Okay.
And mostly they're executives, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, mostly, right? In my one-on-one practice.
Okay.
In my courses and things that are a little bit more affordable for people, it's all kinds of people. So what I work best with is people who are up to something. They actually have a dream, have a vision, or they're kind of like fuzzy about what their dream is and they want to clarify it.
Hmm.
Okay. So either they're clear or they need a little tweaking to clarify. And then there are people who are going to take the actions to fulfill on that dream. So what I do with people is we get clear about the vision, and then what gets unearthed is what messes with them in taking those actions. So we'll come up with, okay, now here's what has to happen. And then they'll either do it or they won't. So the good news is if they do it, they produce results. If they don't do it, I get to see what messes with them. And then we dismantle that whole world. So the blind spot shows up, we dismantle it, disappear it, so they have access to that whole new world, like beyond the blind spot.
That's good. And so for the clients that you have that may be a little stubborn or a little slow to catch on, how do you help to push them forward to get them to that spot?
Well, I don't have like stubborn clients. I think, because they're paying me. So it's like,
Yeah.
if you pay somebody, you're going to do the work mostly. But
Right.
I have people that have things in their way, no matter how successful somebody is. And I work with all sorts of people, but, really, really successful
Mhm.
people also. And even if you're super successful, stuff messes with you.
Yeah.
Stuff gets in your way. So it's such a universal thing to be messable with. I don't care if you're a multimillionaire or you're, a stay-at-home mom or you're a teenager. There's things that get in your way of being able to fulfill your visions and dreams. So it's very fulfilling to be able to work with somebody, even if they're stopped. That's okay. That's part of the process. Like you said earlier, it's not like things aren't going to happen that will mess with you. It's how are you going to move from being reactivated to creating? How are you going to do that quicker and quicker and quicker? It's a muscle.
Yeah.
So that the kind of people that I most resonate with are people who are going to do the work
Right.
because they'll
Right.
produce more results.
Right. Yeah, that's good. More of your go-getters that are ready to go. And as you said, if you're paying money, you should
I mean, listen,
work.
it's your money, but pretty soon, I don't want to work with people that I'm not going to be effective with. That's stupid, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't, I don't have unlimited hours in the day. So I want people that are coachable, that are going to take the actions for the most part. Sometimes, it's like, oh, I didn't do that thing. Okay. What stopped you?
Right.
Let's look at that.
Yeah, let's get to the root of it, of what stopped
Exactly.
you. Exactly. Josselyne, give us 3 quick tips or steps you can give the audience on how to identify the areas where you may be messable with.
Yeah. Well, the thing I work with people on is, first of all, identifying the triggering situation. So if when you're with your mother-in-law, you're going to get like riled up, you're going to walk into that situation. So you want to be on the lookout for being messable with, because it's predictable that you're going to get hooked, that you're going to get reactivated. Then I have people look at what is it exactly that is messing with them. Is it that they feel left out? Is it that they doubt themselves? What's the thing that is getting in their way or thwarting them or throwing them off, right? And then I have them identify what I call your red flags. So how does being messable with show up physically in your body? Like tight chest? Is it like a hot face? Maybe clenched hands, so that you can catch it before you go too far down the road of being messable with. So there's the triggering event, there's the physical manifestation, and then there's the thing that messes with you. And if you can catch yourself before you go too far down that road, you can redirect to a different road. And that's what we work on.
Okay. I love it. Oh my goodness. I hope you all are enjoying it. I hope you are taking notes as well, because this has been really, really good information that Josselyne has been sharing with us. And we are going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we will continue our conversation with Josselyne about being unmessable with, the art of being unmessable with, because listen, it can be done. And we're going to find out even more information on how to do it. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Looking to be inspired and motivated? Join us for Motivational Monday with Jacquie Ooh every first Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, streaming live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Instagram at Jacquie Ooh. For more information on Jacquie Ooh, visit us at www.jacquieoo.com.
Hey guys, it's me, your girl Jackie with Jackie O, and I wanted to personally invite you to Intimate Moments the Retreat on Saturday, August the 5th, right here in Denton, Texas. For more information, see all of the details below. But I promise you, you do not want to miss this day of relaxation, resetting, recharging, and rejuvenation. Intimate Moments the Retreat, Saturday, August 5th. We'll see you there.
Did you know that life can throw its curveballs, but you have the power to be unmessable with? Reclaim your strength and resilience. Break free from limitations. Build unshakable confidence and seize control of your life. Don't allow your circumstances to define who you are. Embrace the unstoppable you, the unmessable with you. You can do it. Let's go. Did you know that self-care is health-care? Self-care is defined by the steps a person can take to stay healthy mentally and physically. Especially for women, self-care can often take a back seat to caring for everyone else around them. Knowing that maintaining your health and well-being is the only way you'll have the capacity to care for others can be the first step in your own self-care routine. Don't know where to start on your self-care journey? Download our complimentary self-care planner and 30-day calendar, Oh Girl, It's Time to Glow, at www.jackieo.com. Sometimes you just need a little Kickstarter to get you going.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you all have been enjoying our show thus far with Josselyne Herman-Saccio.
Yes.
Say it, Jocelyn.
Saccio, Herman-Saccio, like Ralph Macchio from Karate Kid.
Yes. So I hope you all have been enjoying our conversation with Josselyne. Y'all, Josselyne is a transformative coach, and she has coached over 200,000 people. That is a lot of people.
I'm old.
Like, that is a lot. And so we've been talking about that and how to be unmessable with, the art actually of being unmessable with, which is her brand. Josselyne is also a former pop star. And so, yeah, y'all have to check her out. Like, Google her and watch the video, because I did. I was like, oh, okay, I see you, girl. I see you.
Those overalls with like one strap hanging off. That's very 90s, you know?
So yes, again, we are super excited about having Josselyne here with us on this evening, and we're going to continue our conversation on being unmessable with. And so, Josselyne, I wanted to ask you this: prior to the pandemic, which areas did you frequently identify as common obstacles where individuals found themselves stuck?
Well, a lot of times, there's like themes to people being unmessable with. One is limiting beliefs, like I shared about myself, in terms of you can't do your art as your career. That was a limiting belief that messed with me. Another thing is negative self talk that messes with people. So no matter how people are saying, oh, you're so great, you're so great. If you go, if they only knew,
Yeah.
that can mess with you, right? Or, oh, I'm too old, or, oh, I'm too young, or, oh, I don't have enough resources, or, oh, I don't know how to do it, or I don't know where to start. All that kind of negative, I call it negative self-talk, but just chatter, right? That
Right.
can mess with people. And then there's just like the oldies, but the goodies. Money messes with people, sex messes with people, family messes with people. So a lot of that is sort of like the top five hits in terms of messable with moments.
Yeah, yeah. And all of those examples were really good. And listen, I'm going to throw one in for like people like me,
Yeah.
menopause.
Oh, please, people like me. I mean, I'm a little bit done with that, but
Oh,
oh my God, well-being messes with people. So I
uh,
love the fact that you have that app for self-care is healthcare, because one of the first thing that goes, especially with women, is your well-being. You just stop taking care of the, putting gas in the car, so to speak.
yeah, yeah. And we need that gas so we can keep going, as well as our thoughts. That is really powerful. What we think of ourselves, because I know, like what you were saying, I've experienced this where people say, oh, you're just great and you're phenomenal, and I'll get home or on my way home and I'll be thinking, oh, really? And so, you really have to really be careful with your thoughts and what you think about yourself and how you feel about yourself. And even when we're, not doing too well, you might just be having one of those messable with moments. You still have to dig down and find, I believe, that positive of, okay, yes, I am great, I am this, I am that, versus just letting ourselves go.
Yeah, and one of the things I work with people on is something I call the dream source. It's in my TED Talk, if you ever saw the TED Talk, and it's about what's at the source of your dreams, sort of like what's your vision beyond your goals. So, yeah, I work with a lot of actors in my entertainment company, and I'll ask them their goals, which is like winning an Academy Award or doing a series regular, whatever it is.
Right.
And then I get them beyond the goal. Okay, but then what would be possible? Then what would be possible? Well, I could, give money to charity. Okay, then what would be possible?
Yeah.
Well, I'd be able to make a difference. Okay, you don't have to wait till you have millions of dollars to make a difference. So what if you came from who I am is someone who makes a difference right now? And you bring that to life rather than hoping to get it out of some goal being realized. And that's a very different space to come from. So in those moments of being messable with or having those thoughts about yourself, one of the things I recommend is to pre-create another place to stand, because in the heat of the moment, to create something is almost like, forget it. May the force be with you. But if you've pre-created, oh, I'm so this, I'm so that, but you've pre-created who I am as someone who brings passion to life, someone who makes a difference, somebody who's inspirational or whatever you create, then you can bring that to the next interaction or the next moment. And that's a very powerful tool, pre-creation.
Pre-creation. Okay. Yes. I'm going to remember that. Pre-creation. Yes. So tell us, Josselyne, in what ways, and you really kind of touched on this already, but in what ways do you assist your clients in quantifying their progress and acknowledging their movement beyond that stagnant state?
Mostly it's results. So, I have people deal a lot with what's actually happening in reality. Most people are not connected to reality at all. They're in a story about, well, I don't have enough money. What is enough? That's not a number.
Yeah.
It's like, how much money do you have? How much money do you want? Okay, now what actions do we need to take to generate that money? That's very clean in reality. So I have people deal with, okay, what is the specific measurable goal they have?
Mm-hmm.
Being more happy is not, it's not measurable. So
Mm-hmm.
either you're going to invent a measure, which by the way, I have people do all the time, or you're going to have to make it measurable. Like, what does that mean? For instance, I have a commitment to a peaceful marriage, right? Peaceful family. Now, one of my measures is in 30 years, I've had 5 fights with my husband, 5 fights. And I was pregnant every time. So I'm just saying hormonal, you
Hormone.
know, those mess with you. Hormones mess with you for sure, right? Whether you're 13 or, 53, it's definitely one of those messable with moments. Um,
Absolutely.
so that's a measure that we
Mhm.
have to determine that our marriage is working.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. You said in how many years? Just
29 years.
so, okay. Okay. So let's talk about that. Just one hot
I
second.
know, because most people in 29 minutes have fought 5 times,
I know.
they don't believe it. But I mean, if you've ever been around us, you would see it's like, that's just not something we do. And I don't really fight with almost anybody, really anybody at this point. But with him, no, I won't do it. I've given my word.
Wow. And so how do you handle I guess, the conflicts to keep you from going there?
Well, it's not that I don't get annoyed. Okay. So there are moments where he'll say or do something. Like sometimes he repeats things like 3 times. And if I'm not like actively creating him as the love of my life, that can by default occur as really irritating to me. I'm like, really? 3 times? Like, we need to hear this 3 times. I heard you at the first 2 times, like that's my automatic default mode, which takes no creation. That's all reaction,
Right.
right? So in those moments where I notice myself getting irritated, and again, my own red flags, I get tight in my chest. So
Mhm.
those are like exactly what I just told you before. I practice my own, medicine. And if I catch myself in one of those red flags, I'll stop. I
Mhm.
breathe in, I breathe out, and I'm like imagining breathing the irritation out.
Mm.
And I have pre-created that he's the love of my life, that he's my one and only. And I go there, and that's a different lens. So through that lens, I can look at him newly and not want to strangle him and just
Yeah.
give him a kiss or, hold his hand or whatever I do. Mostly it's something
Yeah.
physical because I find that your brain patterns, we talk about the art of being unmessable. It's also a
Uh,
science. And from a brain pattern perspective, you're used to going down that messable road. You're used to reacting. It's like those neuronal patterns are grooved in. So
mhm,
to intervene in those patterns takes something. It takes
mhm.
muscle, it takes intention, it takes, being deliberate and disciplined to
Yeah.
intervene in it and then go another way. But it works every time.
Okay, so I'm going to be trying that with
Good.
Mr. Johnson and,
Excellent. He will thank me.
and with my children.
Yeah, no, that definitely with your children as well. I mean, for sure. And, listen, I have a 92-year-old mother who has dementia. Talk about repeating things. She will ask me the same question 20 times in 20 minutes. And I have created that she is the source of my life. She is the unmessable with OG, like she's the one. So no matter what she says, it's like I'm just treating it like she's asking me for the first time. In this moment, it is the first time. And in this moment, and in this moment.
Yeah.
So as long as I don't bring with me all the past, like again, you're asking me,
Mhm.
as long as I don't have no agains, if I have no agains, then every moment is right now and right now and right now. And I can create newly right now.
Ah, I love that. Okay, yes. I'm implementing that like ASAP.
Excellent. You'll have to let me know what you discover for yourself.
I absolutely, I will, I will. Josselyne, also tell us what characteristics or qualities. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I
That's
have,
okay.
I asked you that question already.
Oh, you did? Well, you know what? I
I,
don't have an again. I'll answer it newly. What do you need?
how did the pandemic, because the pandemic affected us like so many people.
Yes.
How did that help? I mean, how did that alter your clients, your work, and things that you were doing?
Well, I had been leading in-person workshops for 30 years for a company called Landmark worldwide. So I led the forum, I led the advanced course, and that was all in person with a couple hundred people at a time. That ended in
Mhm.
2020. And I was, necessity breeds invention. I was pivoting to now delivering online. And I was able to, be key in Landmark's shift to online before I retired from Landmark
Mhm.
about a year ago after 30 years. So that was like my life's work
Yeah.
complete, and then started, the art of being unmessable with to build on what I had been creating for 25 years, but didn't really have a holder for.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I think has become possible since the pandemic is in the face of all the disconnection, because people are disconnected. They're sitting in their house, they're not in the office for the most part, maybe part time, maybe hybrid, but being disconnected from people and disconnected from their vision.
Mhm.
And that has had me design my programs in a way that gives people an actionable access to staying connected to people, to their dreams, to their visions on a moment to moment basis, which has really impacted their sense of enthusiasm, satisfaction, fulfillment, because burnout is a huge epidemic.
Yeah.
And I have a methodology to deal with that. And overwhelm, optional. Overwhelm is optional. And I have a methodology that deals with that. So I've designed a lot of my offerings to deal with things that were there before the pandemic, but got illuminated and sort of louder
Yeah.
through the pandemic. And plus, I'm able to work from anywhere since the pandemic. So that enabled me to fulfill my dream to move to Paris, because I'm
Yes.
not leading in person mostly. I mean, I'm doing like an in person retreat at one point, but for the most part, I'm all online, which is
Right.
great.
Right. And so that was a good thing that came out of it, to where you can do that. But yeah, I know so many people were just really, really affected by that. So by the pandemic of what we're talking about. And so when you talked about, you have the method and the methodology. So as they're going through the process with you, of course, you're really digging in and you're sharing these methods. Can you share with us just like maybe one thing, one of those methods that you use?
Well, I already shared one with you about the pre-creation. So you catch
Yeah.
yourself and the triggering event, the red flags, what messes with you, stop, breathe. I mean, everything I've shared with you is part of all my methodologies, but I have a whole calendar workshop for people on my website. It's like $19. So it's not like a heavy lifting kind of thing, but it's an hour workshop that really is designed to deal with overwhelm and designed to give you a methodology to use your calendar in a way where you experience being the creator, not only of the content of your life, like the to-dos, but the context in which you're doing those things,
Mhm.
which is a very powerful tool. So, I work with people in disappearing overwhelm. I haven't felt overwhelmed. I can't remember. I mean, maybe 35 years ago, I don't remember a time I was overwhelmed, quite honestly. And I do a lot. I have a nonprofit. I'm a mother of three. I, have a company that manages actors. I coach, people all the time. I'm designing workshops. I'm doing keynote speaking. I'm an author. I mean, I'm raising money for charity. I mean, this is not like I'm sitting around watching Netflix all day long,
Right.
but I have not been overwhelmed because of my ability to create context.
I love it. Okay, so a little bit later, y'all, Josselyne is going to be sharing with us all of her contact information and her website so that you can go get the calendar because I will be
Yes.
doing it myself.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's such a like an hour of your life, which you could probably watch in double speed, but
Yeah,
it will impact things immediately.
immediately. So make sure that you are jotting these notes down. And of course, we will have all of her contact information in the caption so that you can get that and you can go to her website, get the calendar. Y'all, I told you this show was going to be hot and it was going to be life changing. And so we're going to take one more quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to be wrapping things up with Josselyne on the art of being unmessable with. We'll be right back after this message. Hey guys, it's me, your girl Jackie with Jacquie Ooh, and I wanted to personally invite you to Intimate Moments, the retreat on Saturday, August the 5th, right here in Denton, Texas. For more information, see all of the details below, but I promise you, you do not want to miss this day of relaxation, resetting, recharging, and rejuvenation. Intimate Moments, the retreat, Saturday, August 5th. We'll see you there.
We have some exciting news to share. The Glow Collection by Jacquie Ooh is now proudly available at the Sister Shop in the Mills at Jersey Gardens Mall, located in Elizabeth, New Jersey. If you find yourself in the Elizabeth area, we warmly invite you to visit the Sister Shop and shop our collection. Alongside our products, you will have the opportunity to discover over 150 other inspiring Black women-owned businesses. Together, let's uplift and celebrate the achievements of not only our business, but also those of our fellow entrepreneurs. Make sure to stop by the Sister Shop in the Mills at Jersey Gardens Mall, located at 651 Kapikoski Road, number 1046, Elizabeth, New Jersey, and experience the unique charm and creativity that awaits you. Looking to be inspired and motivated? Join us for Motivational Monday with Jacquie Ooh every first Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, streaming live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Instagram at Jacquie Ooh. For more information on Jacquie Ooh, visit us at www.jacquieooh.com.
Hey, welcome back to Motivational Monday with me, your girl Jacquie Ooh, and our special guest, Josselyne Herman-Saccio. Yes, and we have been talking about the art of being unmessable with, how not to be overwhelmed because it can happen. Josselyne just told us that right before our commercial break. How not to, like, in 29 years, only have 5 disagreements with your husband, honey. Y'all, let me tell you. Well, let me just say this because y'all might be like, girl, what is Jackie and Mr. Johnson doing over there? So we're not doing, we're not having all these arguments and fights or anything. But I mean, I think that is phenomenal. I just
I
think
know
that
I should write a workshop on that.
you
I was
should.
thinking about that. I said to my husband, we should do a workshop for couples, like the Unmessable with marriage. And he's like,
Yeah.
nah, that's what you do. I don't do that stuff. I was like, we'd have to bleep out half of what it was if he was leading it. He's from Brooklyn.
Yes. So, y'all, this has been a really great conversation. We've had some comments in the comment section about just loving it. So, thank you for tuning in. And again, please share this video with others because this is some really great information. So, as we are wrapping up the show, Josselyne, I am going to just let you freestyle and give us what you would like to share with our audience as we're closing out on this evening.
Well, I'd love to share some free resources.
Okay.
I have a lot of free resources on my website, and one of them is a 5-day promise game where you can begin to exercise that muscle of creating your life with your word, a promise. Because when you think about it, a promise creates a future that wasn't going to happen anyway. If I promise I'm going to be on your show on Wednesday, that's now a new future that was not going to happen anyway. So being able to use your words as your wand, that's the promise game. So that's free and a way for people to start to engage in the kind of work that I do with people. And
Mhm.
what we talked about earlier about your dream source and being able to bring that to life versus getting out of life, that's another thing I have on my website. It's a 5-day dream source discovery process. It's not free, but it's like whatever, $47 or something like that. So I have ways for people to participate from free to, one-on-one coaching, which is not free. But we have, group coaching. We have a lot and podcasts that people will be able to watch, like this one. I can't wait to get up there because what a fun conversation. So my main point is my mission is to empower people to fulfill their dreams now, not
Yeah.
someday, and to be unmessable within the process. So if that's something that would be useful to you, I invite you to come to the Art of Being Unmessablewith.com and check out the resources that I have because I'd love to play with you at
Mhm.
whatever level empowers you.
Yeah, I love it. So again, the art of being unmessable with.com is the website, you all. And there are resources on there. So you can go ahead and you can download them as early as tonight.
Yes.
And to get started on your transformative journey. And then if you want to take it a step further, go ahead and reach out to Josselyne and book her to do coaching with her. Y'all, how we do it here at Jacquie O. We are all about empowering others and helping you to get to that next level of where you need to be. And we also are all about supporting other entrepreneurs and other people such as Josselyne, that this is their craft. This is what they do. Because listen, this is what she does. Like, she's the
This
expert.
is what I do. And I love it.
And so, that's just like if your car is broke down, you're not going to bring your car to me because let me tell you, if you bring your car to me, it may not get fixed. You want to take it to a certified mechanic to fix your car. So it's the same with the type of work that Josselyne does. If you need this in your life, the transformative coaching, knowing how to be unmessable with, then she's the girl for the job. Well, she's the lady for the job. She's the
I'll
lady.
take girl. It'll keep me young.
But y'all, again, Josselyne, thank you so much for being here with us on this evening. What a fun
Oh, it
conversation.
was so
Um,
great to be with you. You're amazing. You really are amazing. I do a lot of podcasts and I got to say your show is well done and you
thank
are the
you.
source of that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. And to shout out to my team that helps me put this all together, because there's a lot of as you know, a lot of things that go on behind the scenes to help us to come every first Monday of the month with you all. So again, Josselyne, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in on this evening. I can't say it enough. Please share this video and go visit Josselyne at the art, no, be
Well, beunmessablewith.com goes to the same place. If the art
Okay.
of being unmessable with is too many letters for you.
Okay. So beunmessablewith.com. Go there, get your free resources, and sign up for a coaching class if you need to. And be on the lookout, because listen, she just put that out there about maybe doing something for married couples.
That's right.
Put it out there, so it might be happening. So y'all stay tuned. But again, thank you, everyone. Happy 4th of July on tomorrow to you all. Y'all be safe, be careful if you're traveling, if whatever that you may be doing, everyone stay safe and have a good rest of your week. And we will see you next month. Same time, same channel. Have a good evening, everyone.